Welcome to Cobbs Podcast, where our purpose is to spread the gospel of Jesus through study, stories, and testimonies. I'm John Cobb, and today we're taking a dive into Mark chapter 4, where we ask the question, is what you listen to really that important? Welcome to episode 2. I can't believe it's already episode 2, and we're only going to go up from here. Welcome everyone to episode 2. Thank y'all for all the encouraging support last week. Glad that you've joined us again. Today, we're back at my hometown, Dallas, Texas. And it's been fun so far. I saw some friends, and we went to the Texas State Fair, saw Big Tex, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyways, so today's podcast is going to be about Mark chapter 4, 23 through 25 specifically. We have a great topic today. But before we get into that, I have a very special guest today. He's actually one of my best friends, and he graduated from Abilene Christian University, and he studied business management, and he's low-key good at video games.
Fortnite.
Welcome my friend Calvin Landis.
Hello, everyone.
So Calvin, we gotta know a little bit about you, bro. Where are you from? What did you study? I know I just said it, but you can tell us more about it. Do you have any hobbies? Your favorite food? You know what I'm saying? Explain your family. Let's hear about you.
Yeah, so my name's Calvin. If you didn't hear John, I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I lived in Fort Worth, Texas, so kind of near here a little bit for the first half of my life. Studied business management in college. I was undecided my first year, so I was like, what's the easiest major for me to just do whatever after college? And that just seemed like business management. So
where do you work at now?
I work at a truck company called Freightliner, and I sell big trucks, semi-trucks. So that is what I'm doing at the moment.
Do you have any siblings or?
Nope, I'm an only child. So
how was that, like, just living by, like, with no siblings? Did you, like, enjoy it, or
always wanted a brother.
Damn,
always
wanted a brother.
I was so alone playing Legos by myself in my room.
I can just see you, like, playing Legos all alone. Like, were you a Lego kid?
Yeah, that was like my main thing.
Mm-hmm. I did not understand Legos growing up at all.
We know.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not understand them, bro. That's why my mommy and my daddy didn't buy me any.
No, but my family, my parents are back in San Antonio, and then my grandparents and most of my other family's in Missouri, so a little bit spread out.
So what do your parents do?
My mom is a nurse. She's a nurse at this big hospital in San Antonio.
Right,
and
don't move around the mic so much. just let you know.
And my dad works at Freightliner as well, so that's kind of how I got my job. So.
Dang, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, well, that's pretty cool, and you've been with me through so much of my life, honestly, ever since we met. And bro, we gotta tell everybody about the story how we met. And that's a whole story in itself. And behind the camera is also my friend Alex and Cameron too. So if you hear a bunch of laughing through this story, you're gonna hear them laugh too if the mic picks it up. But all right, bro. So we gotta explain the story about how we met. And okay. So I was alone, right? I didn't really have a lot of friends yet at ACU. And just to let you know, I'm still in college, too. I'm a senior right now. I'm just pointing that out there. I have one more year left. But, so one day, as a little freshman, I decided to, play basketball because that's been my sport since forever. And then I ran into Calvin on the court. And then after the game, I was like, bro, I gotta get your Snap. I gotta get your social media. And bro did not want to give me.
I was like, no, I'm all good.
Bro, he literally said, I was like, nah, I'm forcing this relationship, bro. I said, nah, I want to be your friend. And so I literally I asked him twice, like, I'm pretty sure, after the basketball game.
He was persistent. I was like, I'll give you my Snap. That's fine.
That's crazy.
He wanted, like, my number. I was like,
Bro, I was giving my Snap. Bro, I wanted to be friends with this guy. And I was like, this guy's so cool. And then, anyway, so he gave it to me. And then, I don't know, I guess like some time passed. And then one day, we started texting a little bit more. And then, I guess one day during the school year, we just both happened to be like going to the Bean.
No, you were asking cafeteria. He was asking me to go to dinner at the Bean, our cafeteria, for like a whole week, and I was like, telling my roommate, I was like, dude, this weird guy is trying to get me to go to dinner.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, if you're not weird, then you're not cool. You know what I'm saying? And so I kept bugging Calvin like crazy, and then one day it just like our schedule somehow worked out. And he was like, okay, fine, I'll go with you to the Bean, which is again what we call our cafeteria. And then it was pretty awkward, I'm not gonna lie, because I was kind of socially awkward like as a freshman too, because I transferred in as a freshman actually, coming from another school in Florida. And then, bro, I was on my phone for a little bit, like, you know, kind of checking it, like just like acting like I was cool, you know what I'm saying, on social media. And then, bro, the first question that I asked Calvin, like out of all the questions in the world, the first question that I asked him was, so, do you like apple juice? I was like...
It was probably like some dead silence before that, too.
It was like dead silence, bro. And I was like, and he was like, yeah, this kid's weird. I was like, bro, I could have asked him about what's your major, where you're from, like, do you have any friends, like, where do you go to church?
That's how I knew he was different, though. I was like, okay, I vibe with that.
And then I asked him, do you like Top Golf?
I was like, what are we talking about?
It was crazy, and then like, I was like, I don't know, I was just nervous to be around you. Low-key still am sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but honestly, we became more comfortable together. I guess and we just built our relationship. Not in that way, y'all.
Yeah,
we're both straight.
We're straight males.
We're straight, but nah. So that's kind of like our little story with that. And because I'm sure they all want to know how we met.
I'm sure everyone wanted to know.
Everybody wants to know. Everybody's wondering. All right, so now we got to get to the nitty gritty, bro. And honestly, I wrote down a lot of notes because, you know, I got to study the Bible.
It's about to go down.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
It's about to go down.
Bro, it's about to go down. So, the title, like I said, was Is What You Listen To Really That Important? And later on, we're going to say yes or no, you know.
What do you guys think?
That's right. For real. What do you guys think? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, the verses I really want to like focus on, though, is Mark chapter 4, verses 23 through 25. And Calvin, could you read those? And what version are you reading from the Bible?
I believe this is ESV or... something similar. Oh no, it's the NASB. So
I don't know if I heard that version.
It's one of the big
that's
common
a big
version.
Bible you have. I ain't gonna lie, that's a big Bible.
It's a common version, but you still want me to read it in this one? Or?
No, yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
I can read it in my version.
Okay, just those two verses.
23 through 25.
3, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Starting in 23. If anyone has ears to hear, let him hear. And he was saying to them, take care what you listen to. By your standard of measure it will be measured to you, and more will be given you besides. For whoever has, to him more shall be given, and whoever does not have, even what he has shall be taken away from him.
Dang, that's so quick. All right, I'll read from my version. This is the NLT version. Anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand. Then he added, pay close attention to what you hear. The closer you listen, the more understanding you will be given, and you will receive even more. To those who listen to my teaching, more understanding will be given. But for those who are not listening, even what little understanding they have will be taken away from them. All right, so some of my main points on my Google Doc here, because I'm not memorizing this stuff, so I'm going to read it from my notes, you know what I'm saying? So Mark chapter 4, it's a famous chapter because it talks about the parable of the sower. Like, this is like the gist of Mark chapter 4. Parable of the sower is a story of a farmer who was sowing seeds in the soil. The story talks about some seeds that fell in good soil, but some landed in bad soil, but only the seeds that landed in good soil produced a harvest. One of the key points is, where is your heart at with the Lord? And that's why I put my all into Him by deleting certain music that I have been listening to in the past. We're going to get into that in a minute. Jesus ends the story by saying, he who has ears to hear, let him hear. Can you really hear what I'm saying? If you do not, it's hard to be a disciple if we can't hear what the master or teacher is saying. Which is why today's episode is called, is what you're listening to really that important? Now, for me personally, I'm going to say yes. But I have more to say. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying everyone needs to do this, but this is my kind of story. As I was reading this chapter, I felt like I was hearing God speak to my heart about something unexpectedly. So let's begin. So we read already Mark chapter 4, 21 through 25, right? Some other notes. So, Calvin, I need to ask you, what do you think 23 to 25 is kind of saying? What are your thoughts?
I mean, like in verse 23, it literally says it plain and clear. It says, "Take care what you listen to." Mm-hmm. So like, it's just plain as day right there. So, if you're inputting negative music, negative media into your life, it's gonna come out in your actions and in your words. So, and it's easier to say that than to actually do it, but. Like recently, like you said, you cut off some.
You want to say your story first or me? I guess me, because like.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah. So out of the blue, I've been praying a lot recently, just like in my quiet time with God, and usually it's in the mornings because that's just when I have the most time, and I'm an early bird, as everybody knows. I wake up around 7:30. That's pretty early. I mean, I know 6 to 6:30 is probably even more early, but that's early for me in college, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, I've been praying a lot, and honestly, bro, like music is like, it's like huge in my life, and I was just like, bro, like I've been listening to all these other, like, I guess you could say secular music. Yeah, it was secular music, and I was listening to Christian music too, a little bit everything. But I was just like, you know what? One day I woke up. It was like a random Tuesday morning. And I was like, bro, I'm going to delete them. And I texted you about that,
I was like, nah, bro, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. And because, I like other music too. And other genres, not just like Christian music. And it's especially hard for me because I'm 22. I'm in college. And like, bro, you're around that all the time, just like other music. And I was like, nah, like today's the day I'm gonna delete all my music. And bro, I went on Spotify and I just deleted everything. That was it. Like, and I have not gone back since.
It's crazy.
And from that day forward, I only listened to Christian music. I found new Christian music to like listen to, Christian rap, Christian hip hop, like everything. And it's been helping me a whole lot. I can tell that I'm changing a lot. Every single day. Sorry guys, my voice is still trying to wake up.
I thought you got up at 8.
Yes, my voice is it takes low-key. I think I lost it from the state fair yesterday. But that's just what happened. I just woke up one day and I just deleted it. And then so I told Calvin about it. I was like, bro, like I could see like I'm like changing now, like it's like all for the good too at the end of the day. So then what happened?
For me?
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, so John told me that, and I was like, no, I'm not going to quit all my music. Because I love rap music, and I mean, I don't only listen to rap, but yeah, secular music is like my go-to. And I was like, there's this conference called Unite, and Unite came to Arkansas University a few weeks ago. You can look them up on Instagram. It's a cool little program. They go around to colleges and just preach the gospel to everyone there. But I went to that one night, and I went with this new church friend I met. And we were talking about that because he was talking about the music he listens to. And I was thinking about John in the back of my head telling me that he deleted all his rap music, all of his secular music. And I was like, dang, man. I was like asking my church friend what he thought about that. And he said exactly what I said earlier. He's like, what you're putting in your ears and what you're listening to is way more important than
and what you watch,
what you think. Yeah, and what you watch too. And I kind of like sat with that all night, and he was like, yeah, I only listen to Christian music, only worship music. And I was like, wow, man, that's crazy. People do that. So after that whole night of like worship and the message that night was amazing, I think that night I went home and I just deleted all my rap playlists and kept my Christmas music, my Christian music.
Christmas music. Come on, y'all. That's the only thing I'm gonna allow is Christmas music.
Yeah, and then I had a Christian rap playlist that I was already working on, cause like it's just so hard to find like Christian rap's such like a new thing that they haven't really mastered yet. But there's some heat out there.
There's some fire songs. I'm not gonna lie, there are some fire songs.
But I was like, really for just a week, I was only listening to worship music because I was like just like cleansing my brain. I was like, dang, I just need to turn 180 degrees away from that.
Yep.
And
the Bible also says you gotta put your all into following Christ.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But and I'm not saying this like say that you can't ever listen to secular music. Yeah. It's just like
our experience, our story.
It's just what I felt like I needed to do to
draw closer to him.
Yeah, to draw closer. Some people can just like listen to it and not be affected, but I think if you're around it enough, then it kind of just subconsciously affects you.
Also, if you listen to a lot of rap and stuff, you might do what those rappers
or think that's like okay.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Like, oh, it's okay to do all these things that are bad.
Yeah.
Because, like, these rappers do it or whatever. And I'm like, bro, it's not, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta live, like, pure.
But I'm telling you, like, my whole, like, mentality the whole day, every day that week I listened to worship music. I just felt, like, at peace. Like, I was so comfortable with the change I made. And I wasn't really wanting to listen to rap music at all. But recently, I've been wanting to listen to a little bit different stuff, you know? Because worship music is great. But there's a time and place for it. Yeah. And that's why
you're gonna have your ups and downs, you know. With like, you might do really good for a while, but then go, you know what I'm saying, you can go back, you know.
But that's why I think like I'm glad I'm finding Christian rap because I still love rap music. So
of course, I miss it too because it gets you going when you work out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's the thing about like turning towards God is it's not gonna make you like immediately not like sin. You know, you're still gonna want to do the things you used to do when you sin, but you just have to decide not to do it, you know, because your love for God should be more important than your desire to fulfill your flesh. So
that's good. So some more of my notes is, so I read from this article. I forgot I forgot the article's name, but I read that the Greek, this is just some cool facts, but I read that the Greek word for ears, it comes from the root word, I don't know how to pronounce this, so, but the way you spell it is O-U-S. I'm going to say owls maybe, or O's, I don't know, one of those two maybe.
One of those.
Something completely different, so I thought that was kind of cool. But literally it means the physical organs on the side of your head, but metaphorically, it means that the spiritual capacity to understand what is taught. So, as I scroll down on my notes, I have a couple other verses. And in Proverbs, I want you to read this, Calvin. Find Proverbs chapter 4. I'll give you time. Don't worry.
Run.
You got like 5 seconds. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. And I'll read...
I'm there.
I'll read another one.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay, Proverbs 4, chapter 3... Proverbs 4, 23. Watch over your heart with all diligence, for from it flow the springs of life.
just that it's short verses today, bro. That's good. I just want everybody to like read that verse and try to like study and reflect on it, you know, because this verse also has to do with what we're talking about. Is to guard your hearts, and by us listening to worship music only, that's like guarding our hearts, you know. And yeah, so that's good. Let's see what else I have. So I found Ephesians chapter 4:14, and it says, "Then we will no longer be immature like children. We won't be tossed and blown about by every wind of new teaching. We will not be influenced when people will try to trick us with lies. So clever they sound like the truth." And some notes that I wrote down with this verse. Influence really stuck out to me in this verse. I believe it's like one of the key words in this verse, because we listen to like all these, like I said, from rap to hip hop to like whatever, and these singers are huge influencers, and their lyrics are not usually from God, as you know. They may have the word God in the music, but it may not be good the way they're like, you know, singing it. And instead, they talk about sex, girls, excessive drinking, parties, you know, and all of the above, and just not living like we should, you know. So they're like huge influencers to like everyone. So as a Christian, I wanted to surround myself with other Christians who could help me grow. What do you think
about surrounding yourself with people? Yeah, that's like 100% something you need to do, because that's, I mean, the things you listen to is just as important as the people you're around, because that's what you're listening to all day. If you're around a friend group that's negative and putting you down every day and not supporting you, not bringing you closer to God, what do you think's gonna happen? You know,
it's gonna rub off you. You know,
you're gonna become that person that you hang around. It's just like, what are you listening to? What are you putting yourself around? Even if you don't have any friends and you're listening to Netflix show about having sex all day, then what do you think you're gonna do? Yeah. Or what do you think you're gonna want? It's just like, what are you putting yourself around?
I think what you watch too is like a huge thing. Like it's the same thing as what you listen to. It's literally the same thing. You gotta be careful with what you listen to and what you watch. So I think my answer is yes. It's very important. What do you think?
I would agree.
Yes. It's, I really encourage everyone to just get as close as you can with God, because He will take you places you could like never imagine. You know, if you really put your all in Him, because that's what it says in the Bible. That's what other preachers talk about. So, and I believe it. You know.
I think one thing I was gonna say about the music thing too is there's a lot of musicians will just like put subliminal messaging in their artworks or in their songs too. Like, you don't notice it until you actually look at it. Like, you'll see the satanic symbols in their their artwork, or at their shows they'll sometimes have like the upside down cross in the back behind them, and you're just like in the moment just vibing out to the music, but you see that in the back and you're like, I guess that's normal.
Yeah.
And it's just a demonic attack trying to get at you, and you gotta be careful for it. And even in lyrics too.
Yeah, even it's crazy too, because like even when you watch, like, let's say you're big into like watching like horror movies, you know, bro, like, and that's an example of watching, right? And bro, like, I've heard from so many pastors and so many people, like, if you watch horror movies, like, some of that stuff can be like demonic, right? And like can actually like come into like your actual like life, you know. However that works, like, I don't know, because I don't watch horror movies. I'm too scared, first of all, and I want to be able to sleep at night. And I think I've watched like one horror movie in my life, and it's called Smile, bro. Like,
Don't watch it. Don't
watch it, y'all. But I did watch that movie, and like I'll never forget some of the scenes. Like, I still remember it, and I watched it in theaters too, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. But
wait, talk about that. Why did you go watch it though?
um,
Was it peer pressure or?
you know, I don't even remember who I was with. It was too long ago, but it was in college. I really don't remember who I was with, and um, I don't know if it was peer. I guess I just wanted to hang out, and I just went. I just watched it, and yeah, I'll never. It was one of the scariest movies ever. I was like, bro, I'm never watching a scary movie again because like that will like stick with you. And I was like, nah, bro, I ain't about that. Do you watch scary movies?
No, I
I'm
never
gonna
like
ask you that.
never liked scary movies, and definitely not demonic ones.
Man,
But
like The Conjuring, I
yeah,
heard that was demonic too.
yeah, I just don't even like thriller movies that much either.
You don't like the jump scares?
I just like Transformers and like Shrek and stuff like that.
You would say that. Oh my gosh, bro, Shrek is fire. I haven't watched that. So, what's your favorite Disney movie? Do you have one?
Okay, I used to say like okay.
You guys say like princesses or
No, I'll go
Trolls.
with Cars.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's like the normal guy favorite Disney.
that was
but
like
which Cars? 1, 2, or 3?
I think maybe two.
Well, yeah, 2's the best. That's like with all the action, like the spies and everything. Yeah. And low key, like I think they filmed it on a yacht. Too.
Ooh,
I remember
on a
one of the
yacht.
scenes. It was a yacht. Bro, that's my goal. One day, just like buy a yacht. That'd be crazy.
Materialistic.
Man, hey, that's true. It's all material at the end of the day. None of it's gonna go with you. That's crazy to think about. That's a whole other topic, and I'll get to that later.
That's next week.
No, that ain't gonna be next week. I ain't ready to talk about that, guys. That will not be next week. Yeah. So hopefully you guys really. Hopefully you guys really got something out of this podcast. Because I know I did. Because I studied for really 3 days straight, I say, or four days. And just like reading articles, really studying these 3 verses, whatever it was, 23 through 25. And yes, I really think y'all should really be careful and watch what you listen to. It's because you can, I don't know, maybe one day wake up and be like those influencers, do what they do, drugs, sex, all the above, whatever.
Yep.
And that's not living for God.
And you might think it's harmless at first if you just try one thing, but it's a gateway into the deep end. So you got to be careful. Guard your heart, like you said.
Guard your heart. That's the main. My shout out to my aunt Jackie. You know what I'm saying? But she's a really great Christian aunt, and she's always telling me though, guard your heart. And I'm like, when I found that verse in Proverbs, like, oh, bro, that's the verse that my aunt's always talking about. And I was like,
you're like, I'll write that down.
I recognize it. Guard your heart. Because that's what we gotta do. And I mean, it's not gonna happen overnight, y'all. It's not gonna happen next week or even next year. But it's gonna take its time. And I might go back like Calvin did a little bit. I might go back to secular music, one day. I don't know, but then. We're all trying, that's why Jesus died on the cross for our sins to forgive us. That's the main thing, and that's a whole other story too that I want to talk about.
Every day is a battle.
Every day, yeah. None of us are perfect. None of us. So even the pastors, they're not perfect either.
That's right. You'll learn that.
Yeah, you'll learn that. There's some crazy pastors. I don't have any examples, but there's some crazy pastors. I've heard about them. So
there's somewhere out there.
Maybe in the Philippines. I don't know. There's somewhere. So, Calvin, I want to thank... Man, sorry, guys. But, Calvin, I want to thank you so much for just coming over this weekend and, like, having fun with me in general. The state fair was really fun. Y'all been to the Texas State Fair, y'all got to go, bro. It
was fun.
Tex,
it was fun. Yeah.
We didn't even get a funnel cake, bro.
We didn't get one funnel cake. He got a hot corn dog.
Bro, I had corn dog. And like, bro, low key, sorry to rant a little bit, but like, low key, like, the fair's stealing your money, bro. It was like $15 for tickets.
Yeah, that was dumb. No, that tickets he's talking about to get food. You have to
get food. My bad, y'all. Like, they don't take credit cards. Like, y'all don't take credit cards. 2024. Like, what's going on? There's still tickets. Like, That's crazy. But anyways, yeah, it was a really fun weekend with all my friends. And yeah, Kyle, I want to thank you for joining in on this podcast. Hopefully you'll be in future podcasts. And he definitely will, because hopefully after college, I really want to live with y'all in Dallas. That's the
foreshadowing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's all in the works. We're praying about it. And there's going to be a lot of content in that house.
It's the content house.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be, we're really going to be working the real world too. But hey, on the side, bro, you know what I'm saying? This is our dream, just to do this. So yeah, let's close by talking about, so we did all that. Sorry, we talked, on my nose is all over the place. But I also want to close out with Psalms 103 or 101:3. And it says, I will not set before my eyes anything that is worthless. I hate the work of those who fall away. It shall not cling to me. That's a good verse too in the Old Testament. Dang, we're going old and new. You know, that's how I want my episodes to be.
Old and new.
Mm-hmm. The old is hard to study. It really is. It can kind of get boring sometimes.
I gotta highlight that verse.
Bro, you gotta highlight it.
That's a banger.
That's a banger. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed episode number 2. That's crazy. Bro, I plan to take this podcast far, Lord willing. That's another topic we guys talk about, Lord willing, if it's God's will. There's so many things to talk about in the Bible. Yeah, Calvin, do you want to pray us out?
Sure. Let's pray it out. And
we got church after this.
Yeah, we gotta get more in the work.
Man, more work, bro. It's church at 11. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you don't mind praying, and it'll be it.
All right. Dear God, thank you for this day. Just thank you for bringing me and John here, and Cameron and Alex too behind the camera. And I pray that we will just bless your name, Lord, praise your name in everything we do. We thank you just for giving us the opportunity to speak about your word freely in this country and to put it on the internet just so other people can hear it and hopefully get closer to you from it. And I pray that if we said anything that you don't want the viewer to hear, I pray that they would forget it and just help them to focus on the message that you want them to hear, Lord. And I just pray that you'll continue to bless John, help him to speak your word and speak truth with grace. And I pray that we would just be vessels of you and continue to keep learning and growing closer to you and your Son, Jesus. And we just thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Bro,
amen.
Crazy. And next week's going to be episode 3.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Let's get it. All right, y'all. So, yeah, stay tuned for next week. I don't have any specific times when I'll post this because I'm a busy man, because I'm in college. I'm doing other things as well. But the plan is to also post on Sunday nights so you guys can really study the Word on Sunday nights. And that's what I want y'all to do. And it's a day of rest. So, yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed Cobbs Corner. And this is episode 2. So let's get it.
Peace out.
We're out.